Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. I just want to give you a quick update because a lot of things have happened since the last video. We're going to take a look at the charts of Bitcoin and Cardano, and we have seen today a bit of a fake out across the whole crypto market. Pretty much the whole market stays in a sideways move. Yes, slightly moving sideways. Pretty much not much has changed since this morning actually. It was an exciting day with a big move up and then a big move down. So let's start with Bitcoin. Obviously, when we had here the Bitcoin chart open, we talked about this descending wedge before, talked about here potential breakout. Now it did break out. When we then hit that resistance up here, that previous resistance that we talked about, I said you can now expect a retracement because we were just getting overbought, just so that you understand what to look out for. And we were here overbought on the 1 hour chart. So this was probably not a good time to actually go in. The time to normally, you could do it would be here. But if anybody is interested in short-term trading, I thought about maybe taking this as a long trade. Would have made you aware, at least the channel members, because obviously you need to be fast about that. But didn't do it in the end because I wanted to see what happens when the 4 hour candle closed. Now, not much happened. It was basically going up too fast, so that opportunity was gone. What I would have loved to see was a quick move up, a retest of that resistance and support. Now that didn't happen. It moved up straight away a lot, so much that it was overbought on the 1 hour chart and then dropped. And it dropped through all key fib levels. So basically what this could have been, it could have been an impulse to the upside, right? But to do that, it would have had to hold at least one of the higher fib levels here. Certainly the this one. So certainly I would have expected it to hold, in case it was a real move up, to hold here the at least the 0.5 fib level. But at least, well, more or better would have been the 0.382 or the 0.214, at least the 0.382, and it did find support there, bounced up, but then it lost that, and that was then basically, especially after it lost the 0.5, it was not really looking too good anymore, because what this would have then been, potentially, if it had been an impulse and you had used the Elliott Waves, it would have been a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. And as soon as that 0.5 level, which was also here the price area of that wave 1, then it basically dropped, because then it was basically invalidated as such an impulse. And we're now back to square one here, to the support within that descending wedge. Quick fake out. And as I said before, in this wave 4 here, this can be a long and draining and frustrating wave, from that wave 3 to that wave 4. We did have it here in that wave 4 that was also a wave 3 to a wave 4, and better in a wave 4 not to look at the charts. Also, what I need to tell you, because a lot of questions below the previous video about what can a price go up to and whatever. This is a corrective wave, just to really let you know, it's a corrective wave. If it is what I think it is, and I think it is a corrective wave, then it means what you're doing here from that wave 3 to that wave 4, you're basically in a correction, okay? You're not going in line. If you go long here, you're not going in line with the higher level trend. The higher level trend is going down at the moment. So if you trade anything long here, it's far riskier than actually shorting, in my view, even though shorting is risky as well. But if you go up, if you go long, you need to be aware that the price can drop hard at any time, because you're working against the trend. The trend goes down, and you can easily see that by zooming out, for example, to the daily chart, and you can definitely draw here a very, very clear trend line to the downside. That is a downtrend. We haven't broken the downtrend, okay? So we are in a downtrend, and also what this is, if it's a wave 3 to a wave 4 here, you're basically moving against the trend. The trend is down, the impulse is leading down. So any correction, is just weaker. It's not a clear impulse to the upside. Therefore, going long is always high risk. That's also why I was struggling. I was thinking, is it worth trade that pattern, maybe just for fun, but didn't do it because we didn't have that retest of that wedge. I like to test when I trade breakouts, trade patterns, because patterns are oftentimes, not often enough, but they can be fake outs. I like to wait for a retest. Obviously that retest didn't come. There was a retest here, but it was unsuccessful, and there you go. Now we are back here to square one. I would still primarily expect in this scenario the price to go possibly in the next few days or so to go to 47.1k. I think that line was moved here. That would be the ideal level for that wave 4 to retrace to. Yeah, it might just need a bit more patience. Maybe it doesn't happen, but just using the Elliott waves I would expect, because that's the ideal level for a wave 4 retracement. Now Cardano, just need to open Cardano here on this chart. And again, very many questions about Cardano today in the videos as well, in the comments, how far I expect the price to go up. There's a lot of focus on Cardano at the moment because of Sunday swap, and a lot of people frustrated again today why Sunday swap, or why the price didn't go up for Cardano today. Well, I think we had, and we talked about it, we had our impulse here, obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are here in this ABC. In the previous video I said I was a bit skeptical if this was already the move up, because we had hit a low here. But if you see the fib levels, of that impulse, and I told you that, we haven't seen, or we have dropped here below the 0.5 fib level. We haven't reached the next fib level yet. Whenever that happens, it is fairly likely that you come down once more and test the next fib level, because we haven't seen it yet, and especially if it's the 0.618. And now we're exactly at the 0.618. So that pretty much has materialized my concern that we haven't seen the 0.618. We don't need to see it, but at least we should have held then above the 0.5, because we dropped below the 0.5 and we never got to the 0.618. I told you that I think we're going to see the 0.618 again, and there we go. Should we lose that 0.618 now, it would still be within a wave 2 scenario. So what you had here was your wave 1, your wave 2. A wave 2 can come down quite far. Next support would then be at 119 and then at 113. Yeah, the 0.887 fib level. That is why I had here on the chart my target area that hadn't been reached. It has been reached now for that wave 2. So to be honest, no surprise in this case. Did have it on the chart, that target area. And again, as always, we had the Sunday swap pump. That was the pump for Sunday swap. We now see a retracement, and hopefully, I'd love to see that in the next few days, another move up. Yeah. Obviously for now, we've lost that uptrend. Yeah. Retested basically that trend line from below and moved down. Yeah. Rejected from that trend line. So there was no confirmation of any retest again when we got above that trend line. We only briefly got above, rejected, moved down. Yeah. Now found support here at the 0.618 fib level. Looking at that long fib to the downside, it was definitely bought up. It was definitely bought up, but there is no confirmation here at all that that correction is over. Yeah, there is no confirmation. We saw a slight move here, with that higher low, but I will tell you as soon as I see something that is really pointing us in the direction. Here, we did identify that move up. We had a descending wedge here, then we had a breakout. Saw that coming. We had here bullish divergence, and we had a on the 1-day chart, I think that was on the MACD, we saw here that MACD going green. So all of these were confirmations, and we had that breakout of that move up all the way to 160, which was great. Bought down here at 108, and there is, for me, there are a lot of people panicking in these moves. There's a lot of emotions, and just try to detach yourself from that. I mean, there will always be other opportunities, and sometimes patience, and that's what I try to communicate on this channel, really. Sometimes patience is just important. So many people try to just trade this stuff, but if you do it long, it's risky, because this is a correction. Yeah, it's hard to go against the trend. Yeah, it's like shorting in an uptrend. You think about it, it's the other way around. It's like when you were going up here, yeah, that was surely an uptrend here, to short. Shorting here was high risk, because you saw, these slight moves down. It's just the other way around. It's like now in a downtrend, you're going long is risky. Can do it, but then work with stop loss. At least that's what I would do, or at least wait for a retest of a pattern or so. But yeah, that's where we are here currently. So overall, just continues to move in that range pretty much, yeah, that we have identified here. 39.6 and 44k is that range, and Cardano is moving together with Bitcoin at the moment, to be fair. So that drop of Bitcoin led Cardano to drop as well, currently just sitting above that 0.618 fib level, but by no means it's guaranteed that we're going to hold that. Unfortunately, on the daily, Cardano has dropped now below the 50 line again. That was so important to hold. Now it's sitting at this moving average here at least, but it has dropped below the 50 line again, and that's, to be fair, not a great sign. Would have loved to see that it holds that. There's still a chance it will hold that, but it needs to push up from now. If it loses that, the risk is that the daily closes here and that we've lost the 50 line of the RSI again, and that could then indicate further sideways moves or further pain here. But again, don't be frustrated about Cardano. All other cryptos are going down at the moment, and whoever expected a price increase after the Sunday swap launch, I never talked about it on this channel, and you know, we saw buy the rumor, sell the news. We saw it earlier in 2021, didn't we? So whenever you have a big event, the news come out or the rumors come out, that's when the price goes up. When the actual event happens, either nothing happens or the price dips usually, you know, it's just what it is. Any effect from Sunday swap is probably more long term, and it's great to see it. And as you see more announcements about more DEXs, that's going to go up. And I think Cardano is at a very attractive price at the moment, and we're going to see much higher prices here in the future at the moment. But as I said, we don't have a confirmed breakout yet. A really confirmed breakout, in my view, will only be above 245. Yeah, when we get above this area, above the wave B, above the wave X. I understand people don't want to wait for that. That's why I had my buy order set here at 125 and 108. Currently above both of them. I have no problems if the price briefly drops below them, because I know that the reversal will be coming. We are towards the end of a correction. We can see the price bottoming out, which doesn't mean it couldn't drop further, but we see the downtrend still slowing down generally. Yeah, that's my view here on Cardano and Bitcoin. Hopefully that was also a bit of education, helps you a little bit to remain calm, because on such emotional, always remember, also if people try to go long here for short-term gains or anything, that's why I don't, you know, I have a more, call it a calm approach or a more longer-term swing trade approach. First of all, you don't stress yourself. Oftentimes the profits are higher, and bear in mind, when you do day trading or try to do a short-term trade, you're always fighting with other people. You're always fighting with people who always try to win as well, right? So someone always loses, someone always wins, but not everybody can win. That's why it's so hard. All right, that's my view. Hopefully you liked the update. If you really like the content, maybe you consider to join as a channel member. You can find the links in the video description. You can get to Discord access and Telegram access and live chat and live streams. And then, yeah, have a great day, great evening, wherever you are, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.